don't mind me asking, but what's a man like you doing out here in the backside of creation?
Running a hospital.
Yes, I can see that. But why?
Because it's needed.
But it's so hopeless. You just left Europe and came out here? A man of your talents?
Must apply them in the service of humanity. God gives us talents for that very purpose. Not to use them is the gravest sin of all.
Moses must have left that one out.
You've a quick mind, impertinent but quick.
But what can you possibly hope to accomplish? This whole continent is festering with disease. What you're doing, it's like trying to hold back a tidal wave.
Well, I see it more as gathering pebbles on the beach. I couldn't gather them all, of course, but I certainly can gather a handful each day. And each pebble I save has value and worth. Civilization is collapsing all around us.
Because of the war?
No. The war is not the cause, merely a symptom. Would it ever occur to you to enter a stranger's home and slaughter all who live there and seize the house as your own?
Of course not.
Why?
It would be wrong.
Your heart tells you this. But yet when governments decide to invade the stranger's home and commit murder, millions of men as moral and ethical as you flock to the task, even at the cost of their own lives. Why?
It's not the same thing.
That's something you've been taught to believe. Society doesn't want thinking men who arrive at their own convictions. It wants servants who do as they are told. Just imagine this world if no person could rely on a country to justify his actions. Just imagine if every man had to give a personal account for all he did. The hope for a human future lies not in nations, or governments, or religions, not even in the stars themselves. It lies only in the human heart. Here, when two tribes go to war, it is a rule that each side pays the other compensation for the men that are killed.
Compensation?
Chickens, goats, pigs.
They place a currency value on human life? That's barbaric.
At least they place some value on it, which is more than I can say for my fellow Europeans. If you wish to compare barbarities. My father writes often of the war. Most recently, he tells of a French effort to capture a German position in the Lingenkopf, which is a mountain nearby. French sent wave after wave of men up the slopes. The slaughter went on for hours. By the time the French generals called off the offensive, they had lost 30,000 men. So these people can't comprehend 10 men killed. So how do I explain 30,000 French boys lying in heaps on the slopes of the Lingenkopf? The result of a morning's battle? Or the 7 or 8 million killed in the war so far?
Kobuma, batodiksi bandele, balingi mbongo mingi.
What did he say?
He says the Europeans must be very rich to kill 10 men in a battle.
It was on this very river, on a trip such as this, that my thoughts drifted into a contemplation so deep that I sank into my own heart and mind. And in that harmony of thought. There leapt unbidden to my mind a phrase. Reverence for life. Everything I am or I ever shall be stems from it and leads back to it.
But what does it mean?
You value your life? You want to continue to live?
Of course.
That's the most fundamental trait of awareness one you share in common with all living creatures. The desire for further life. The thinking man looks into his heart and he recognizes this truth. I'm life which wills to live. In the midst of life which wills to live. Look around you, soldier. Life is everywhere. It creeps, it flies, it writes symphonies, it builds cathedrals, but most of all, it wills to live and go on living. The thinking man gives every life the same reverence that he gives his own.
But sometimes taking life is inevitable. To eat, I have to hunt. To survive a leopard's attack, I have to shoot it.
If you want guidelines, you've come to the wrong place. Reverence is a state of mind, not a set of rules. All it requires is everything be done in deep awareness. Good is whatever promotes life. Evil is whatever destroys it. From there, you make your own decisions.
Captain Emile Rostand, French Army. Is Albert Schweitzer on board?
I'm Albert Schweitzer.
Dr. Schweitzer, you will please step off the boat and remain yourself into my custody.
What? What have I done?
Do as I say.
Elena, what's going on here?
It seems we are no longer welcome in French territory.
Explain yourself, Captain.
All German nationals currently in French territory are to be deported back to Europe, by order of Senator Clemenceau.
We have been here 4 years, even since before the war began. We never caused the French any trouble.
That is not my concern. I am to escort you to the French garrison at Port-Gentil.
As a prisoner of war?
Call it what you like.
Captain, this man is doing nothing here but treating the sick.
He's German. Our orders are very specific. You may take the matter up with my superiors if you wish.
All aboard!
What about them, Rostand?
Who?
The people back there. The patients, the sick, the suffering. What's gonna happen to them?
They will go back to dying.
Christophe!
I tried talking to them. They won't listen.
So it goes. And you? You are well?
Until I met you, I thought I was becoming a person I could respect. Now I'm not so sure. I feel sick in my soul.
That's a disease even I can't treat. I'm afraid it's up to you to heal yourself.
I don't know where to start.
You already have. So, John.